Hi, my name is Terry Fugate, and I'm a teacher here at St. Henry District High School. Welcome to the crew. I have been a teacher here for 15 years. My kids have gone to school here, and I can tell you St. Henry is a fantastic place. You made a fantastic choice. Having said that, our students have problems just like every other school. Problems happen to good kids and good families with good parents. Our goal is to not only educate your kids academically, but we want them to grow socially and emotionally as well. So our goal is to look out for the whole child. With that being said, stress, anxiety, depression, those are huge things that happen in adolescence. Adolescent rates, depression about 6%, anxiety about 10%, and often those two occur together. Even during the current pandemic, those numbers have risen. And it may seem like, why am I talking about this? Because it's easy to see, but as a mother of 5, I have a child that has anxiety. And yes, I got her permission to talk about this. But the idea is that I missed it. I mean, this is my thing, and I missed it. And it's easy to miss. It's easy to chalk off someone's anxiety to a personality trait or to being very conscientious. But there's a lot of things that we can look for in each other and to support one another. So that's kind of what we're talking about today. So before I get started, first thing is just a couple of things for food for thought, okay? First of all, coming into St. Henry, you've made a wonderful choice. There is something here for everyone, but finding your friends can take a while. Even if you come from a large feeder school, sometimes the people you go to grade school with will not be your forever friends. So just be yourself, take time, especially if you're coming out of district or transferring. Take the time, be yourself, and you'll find your place. Second of all, social media, you can read that, but social media, we all know it affects everyone, even adults. So just think about what you're posting and, about being kind. Third, when it comes to the rigor of academics, athletics, activities, challenge yourself, but don't overwhelm yourself. My child that I told you was just one of those kids that wanted to be involved in everything, and it was overwhelming. Things pile up. We want you to be involved. We want you to challenge yourself academically, but we also want you to enjoy your high school career. And with that being said, you want to just be careful about what you choose to take. Talk to your counselors, talk to your parents, talk to your teachers, and what you get involved in. If you could find 1 or 2 things that you love here at St. Henry, that'll be enough. Third, I guess the last thing on this list, and this is, I guess, a little bit for students, but also for parents, that one of the things we want to help our students do is grow and start to learn to advocate for themselves. So if your student has any kind of problem with a teacher, coach, whatever, we ask that you let them advocate for themselves first. I love when a student comes and talks to me about a concern on a grade or a question about something I did in class, because it shows that their problems, it helps develop their problem-solving skills. So, and if, we don't get anywhere and a parent needs to step in, I understand that fully, but we do hope that we can help your kids grow socially, and part of that is for them to advocate for themselves as a first defense. Okay, that's it on that section. So a couple things that I wanted to talk about. The first thing I wanted to talk about with you is about stress, okay? I will tell you, everyone has stress. Stress is normal, and if you say you don't have it, you're lying, because everybody has it. Adults, the most relaxed people that you've ever met, people always have stress. And when things start to build and we get too involved and things get hectic and things get scary, our stress levels tend to rise. This is a list of some things that you can do to help reduce your stress in the moment. This isn't going to help you long-term live a healthy life, but this is going to help you when life seems overwhelming, which it does for everyone at different points in time, things that you can do individually. I don't need to read the whole list, but exercise is always good. Any kind of prayer or yoga, you can see a lot of these are kind of interesting. Who doesn't like spending time with their pet? Deep breathing is a huge thing. If you have trouble sleeping, that has also been research found to help. If you take these deep breaths, and I kind of explained in here how you do that. So deep breathing is another big thing. So when a child is getting ready to take a test or speech or something's happening in their life feels overwhelming, you can take this deep breathing exercises, and it really, really does settle the central nervous system, and that's what you're looking for. Talking to somebody obviously is huge. And the thing that a lot of times adolescents and adults both do is they self-medicate with drugs or alcohol, which obviously is just avoiding the problem, not helping the stress. So these are just some things that you can look at. There's some really great websites, the National Institute for Mental Health, et cetera, that could also help you with that. The next thing is protective factors. So protective factors, what I mean by this is These are things that you can do each and every day to help stay strong, both physically and mentally. Okay. Now, a lot of times we know these things and we don't do them, like exercise, but these have all been proven again through research to help both physical and mental health. So you've got your healthy diet. Sleep is a huge thing. Okay. As far as the healthy diet, let me go back to that. When people are stressed or super busy, oftentimes they turn to caffeine or energy drinks. Those actually have an adverse effect on your system. Not saying you can't ever drink them, but they tend to make stress and anxiety worse. Sleep is a huge thing, and I understand that that's hard sometimes, but getting yourself a little bit disciplined about sleep is pretty much linked to a multitude of things that can be really scary if you are sleep deprived. I put on this about electronics, and students, you're not going to love this, but parents, consider about electronic devices in the bedroom at night. A lot of times kids stay up beyond times that we have any idea about, so that's something to think about. Exercising, obviously, face-to-face connections, which has been difficult these last few months, but that's a huge thing for people to be able to do, even if it's through FaceTime, whatever, just getting with those people that are you're close to. Optimism, looking at the bright side. When you think of the bad things that are going, thinking of the good things. And then spirituality, again, and religion. Those things come into play because it gives people a sense of peace, a sense of calmness, a sense of hope, things like that. So these are things that you can do on a day-to-day basis to try to help over time keep you mentally and physically healthy. The last, or almost the last thing here that I wanted to talk about were warning signs of mental health issues, okay? So as far as warning signs go, I kind of put these together. You may be one of those people thinking, I don't have a problem with depression or anxiety, and I hope for your sake that you don't. But chances are, with the numbers as they are, you know somebody who does. So these are warning signs to look for in yourself and in your loved ones. So again, I don't need to read all these. You have a link to the resources. But anytime people have sudden changes, whether it's drops in grades, change in appetite, change in sleep, anytime those major things in our lives have a sudden change, too much, too little, high, low, that's usually a signal that something's a little bit off. You can read the less interest in activities, feeling worthless, poor self-esteem. Anxiety and nervousness, we all have that sometimes, but as a parent of a child with anxiety, I would try to reason it away. When this happens, you'll feel better, or it's not that big a deal. That's not what anxiety is. Anxiety is when your body runs higher than everyone else. It's like revving your engine and you're not going anywhere. So it's a biological thing. It is not a weakness. It is nothing, but a lot of times it's unexplained. So someone with anxiety, we don't understand why they're anxious, and there is no explanation because things are going well. So again, just pay attention to that. Trouble concentrating, intense fears. One of the things I do notice with my child is the physical symptoms. Sweating, a lot of stomach aches, headaches, trembling. Those are physical manifestations of high anxiety. Some kids have panic attacks. Again, that's a body telling you need to back it down. Okay? So those are some things. Now, what can you do with anxiety and depression? If you go back to the coping skills for stress, a lot of those will help in the moment of feeling upset, especially the deep breathing, but those aren't going to fix the biological problem in your body. So the last few things on here, obviously, is suicidal ideation. Obviously, people are aware of that. The only thing I will say about that is in no way is that a joking matter. No one should joke about it. No one should ever receive it as a joke. So everything like that at school would be taken seriously, and I would hope at home as well. Okay, the last thing then is steps to take if you're concerned. Students, it's great to talk to your friends, but they don't have the perspective, the education, and possibly the knowledge of how to help you. They'll listen, they'll support, but sometimes reaching out to an adult, whatever that adult is, and we hope that you always have an adult, more than one here at St. Henry that you can go to if you need to. But reaching out to somebody and not keeping it in, because the numbers are so high, you're not the only one feeling like that. There's lots of people that feel like that. And that's why my daughter allows me to talk about her, because she knows that there's tons of people like her, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. Obviously, the adult will have to break confidence if you are at a risk to yourself or another person. Just understand that. But otherwise, confidences are held. The last thing would be the counselors here at school. They will handle every problem that they can. If you're just feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling whatever. They will help as much as they can. If the problem is bigger than that, maybe more than we can offer here, they will always have outside resources to help you and your family. Students, feel free to come to your teachers, come to your counselors, talk to your friends. We will help you in every way we possibly can. Parents, if you have concerns, the same thing goes for you. We are here to help your student in every way we possibly can, and we hope that you'll allow us to do that. Thank you.